This is The Wire for 2300 Zulu, March 4th, 2026. Precedence is routine. Information cutoff is 2200. Bottom line up front. Gulf War continues as Allied radar installations targeted by Iranian forces. U.S. Navy sinks Iranian frigate off coast of Sri Lanka. Beginning with international events. In the Middle East, the large-scale bombing of targets within Iran continues, with hundreds of bombs being dropped day and night. Around the region, overnight satellite imagery confirmed Iranian forces have successfully struck multiple American air defense installations. Concerning American battle damage, the following radar arrays have been damaged or destroyed since the conflict began. In Qatar, an AN-FPS-132 Block 5 array was hit with unknown damage. In Kuwait, 3 unknown radomes were destroyed. In Bahrain, 2 AN-GSC-52B radomes were destroyed. In the UAE, a THAAD battery at Al Ruwais was confirmed struck with unknown damage. In Saudi Arabia, a TPY-2 radar site used with the THAAD system was struck at Prince Sultan Air Base. And in Jordan, a THAAD battery at Mufawaq Salti Air Base was possibly struck with unknown damage. Analysts comment. These radar arrays are not tiny fire control systems mounted on a Humvee. These are major strategic assets for air defense throughout the hemisphere, not just the Middle East. The FPS-132 alone costs over $1 billion, and there are only 6 of these sites in the entire world. Similarly, there are only 9 THAAD batteries in existence globally, and the Iranians just hit 1, possibly 2 of them, with a munition that cost about $30,000 each. In the Strait of Hormuz, the war on the high seas continues as multiple commercial vessels have been struck by drones overnight. The UK Maritime Trade Operations Centre has reported a total of 4 commercial vessels being hit with unknown munitions over the past 24 hours, sustaining unknown damage. 2 container ships, a bulk cargo carrier, and a tanker vessel were all hit or targeted by unknown munitions. Analysts comment. Merchant traffic within the Strait is mostly at a standstill as nobody wants to run the gauntlet and risk hundreds of millions of dollars if something goes wrong. At this present time, drone and missile attacks are effective enough to prevent any large merchant vessel from transiting the waterway. In Turkey this morning, the Turkish Defense Ministry stated that an Iranian ballistic missile was shot down in their country. The missile was shot down by a U.S. Navy vessel in the eastern Med, and the debris landed near the town of Dortil in the southeastern region of the country. In Lebanon, the Israeli ground invasion continues, with the IDF ordering the evacuation of Lebanese citizens to the north of the Litani River. Roughly 15% of the land mass of Lebanon has been ordered to evacuate by Israel as the IDF continues pushing north. In the Indian Ocean, this morning the U.S. Navy torpedoed an Iranian frigate off the coast of Sri Lanka. The IRIS Dino was sunk by an American submarine, with the crew abandoning ship overnight. The Sri Lankan Navy has conducted rescue operations of about 30 survivors, with about half of the crew remaining missing. Analyst comments for this wire. Regarding the evacuations of Americans from the Middle East, so far the situation is complicated. The U.S. State Department has provided emergency phone numbers for Americans stranded overseas to call, but reports are mixed regarding Americans actually being evacuated. Commercial flights remain sporadic, and most Americans stranded in the region are being told to sit tight until flights are available. Airspace closures remain throughout the entire region, and most airlines are attempting to fly out whenever they can. Dubai is the world's busiest airport, and so far it's been averaging a few dozen flights in and out each day, when previously the average was over 1,000 flights per day. The smaller airport in Muscat, Oman is the next closest hub from which evacuations are occurring. However, it's nearly all private aircraft at this point, since all commercial options have been booked. Considering the damage that has likely been done to American radar sites around the region, if it is true that early warning capabilities have been degraded as a result of Iranian strikes, more serious targeting efforts could continue over the next few days. Although the systems that have been hit are mostly for high-altitude ballistic missile threats and not the smaller drones that are threatening the Gulf states most effectively at the moment. This is the fundamental nature of this war. Every single missile interception has to succeed every single time, but the Iranians only have to be successful once to cause enough uncertainty, both with maritime shipping and civil aviation, to cause problems. This concludes The Wire for 2300 Zulu, March 4th, 2026.